This is the basement. I've still got to finish the trim and run the HDMIs to here. But I've got the Hue Lights, which kick ass. And I'm running this app, which I guess the camera can't focus on. It's called Hue Disco, and it's hooked up to the bridge. I got Alexa going. I'm thinking about speakers. I've got surround sound in the other room for my gaming rig. Thinking about moving them in here, possibly burying them in the ceiling. Not sure. But we got Alexa hooked up. And over here, got the Hue strip lights. I've got metal flashing that they use for aluminum siding. I've framed out the wall. I built a false wall. This is actually angle iron that I've yet to mount. Got the Hue strip lights. This, I'm going for an infinity mirror, but the look that I want is like a movie projector. So I'm going to be putting movie reels here and here. And then I got to get the sequencing LEDs that go around and make it look like a movie projector. That's the concept there. This is just a proving concept right now. Still got to finish the trim. Got to build a, what do you call it, crown molding and hide all the wires. The wires were originally like all over. This was a drop ceiling, but for the virtual reality, I wanted a higher ceiling. So I took, what do you call it, plywood, and I ripped it into sheets, into strips, and then I tacked it up, and then I moved the all the wiring either left or right of the center line here. And for the important stuff where you would need access, I actually have, it's a drop ceiling, so the you can still access it. What else? Yep, the Hue Lights hooked up. Got the Xbox over there. Over here, I got this from a local metal supplier, and this was extra. So I had taken it, and I took a piece of shelving, mounted it up vertically, and then used the aluminum tubing to come out, and I made shelving. I wanted something like a, what do they call that? Gravity-free, or whatever the hell they call it, for the shelving. I took a metal can, or aluminum can, and I cut it and put like just a plug here. I've got to do the others for that right now. There's the virtual reality base station. The biggest, probably biggest disappointment so far, I've got, what do they call it? Trying to think of the term. Dream screen, and I had bought that. The problem with it is that let me show you, the interface. Here we go. No, wrong switch. So the interface here for the Dream Screen, really chintzy, and it just doesn't work. I've been so busy that I haven't been able to yell at the company, and I've had it for a while. The first thing right out of the box that I had an issue with would not play the center channel on the sound. I would lose the center channel. Like, I'd be like, why aren't these people talking? Like, their mouths are moving, and then like I'd hear somebody like off camera say something, and it was really bizarre. And now it's just totally shot. Very, very cheap. Like, this seems to be the problem right here. This, which controls basically everything. The splitter doesn't, it's cheap, but it seems to work. But this is the issue right here. So I've got to. I've had problems from the start. I've just got to get a hold of the company, and hopefully they help me out. Otherwise, I'm going to be a little pissed off. But yeah, there's the back of the Infinity. I had set up this to be a motion sensor switch, and I just couldn't get it to work. Really frustrating. So what I'm thinking of doing is hooking it up to a push plug, or whatever they call them, so that when the door's open, the light's on, and then when it's off, it turns off. Got the smoke alarms wired in just in case, and I had set up a little computer here that I've stopped using, but basically to drive the TV, old computer that had timed out. got the foosball and the basketball and the table tennis. We had originally, I installed a chalkboard over here, and how I did it was I just framed up, you know, I drew a line and then used that paint chalk or a paint chalkboard, and then just framed it out with the molding. And I took a piece of 2x4 and I routed out the little channel there and stained it, and it worked. But the problem is chalk gets freaking everywhere, like everywhere. So it was a big problem. And then I got the idea for the whiteboard. I put up the whiteboard. I'll put if I remember, I'll try to put a link in the one that I bought. And the issues that I read was that it would fall off the wall. So I had taken some 777 adhesive, I think the 3M. I had sprayed that on there just to watch for bubbling. And then I left the actual mount, like they didn't peel it. I just left it to make it like extra thick. And then it actually goes up to about here. And then I just took thumbtacks and I ran thumbtacks behind this and then framed it up. Then put the frame back on. And it works well. The only thing that I probably might do differently is possibly get some more metal flashing and put it over the behind this so that it's magnetic. That's something that maybe down the road. But yeah, so anyway, oh yeah, the photo, got it from, I'll put the link. I'm happy with it. The one thing that I saw in the others is that they didn't do the bottom, wasn't part of the photo, and this one is. So be sure to check that out if you get one of these. And metal flashing up the sides. Furniture is from Wayfair and All Modern. I just wanted something relatively cheap but modern looking, and so far it fits the bill. The idea here, and this is what I really want to do, I want to take this drop ceiling down, and I'm in the middle of it, and I'm going to put these Hue lights, hopefully one, maybe two, up in the channels of the rafters, and then I'm going to put mirrors or some sort of really reflective surface all over the rafters. Then I'm going to take a drop ceiling, sort of, and have it come down, but I'm going to take black, what do you call it? Black, or I'm going to take a clear plastic, what do they call it? Plexiglass, there you go. I've been trying to find it cheap somewhere, and I need like thick sections, like a 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to carve it so that if the edges become translucent, paint the bottom of it black, and then I'm going to have them various different shapes, and then have like greens and blues that shine down from the Hue lights and are reflected all over. And that way it'll give it sort of like a Tron ceiling, like with the edges will glow. And that's the concept. I'm going to see if I can make that happen. That's on the to-do list. The trim is on the to-do list. I want to take a camera from... I'm looking for an underwater camera. I'm thinking about maybe getting like a used GoPro. I want to talk to GoPro about it, seeing if I can run a GoPro 24/7, run a line in, and then build an aquarium, like a false aquarium right here on the wall, and have the koi pond have a line going directly in so that the koi pond's displayed all the time with the cheapest flat screen that I can get, like maybe a used flat screen or something like that, and just build like basically an aquarium. It's a basement, but my concept is I want light. Like I want like mirrors and lighting and water and yeah. So it's a process, but it's coming along. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya!